From Scott Natatorium in Annapolis, the Navy midshipmen host the Iona Gales. Navy on the verge of a 17-7 start to this season. The Mids 8-1 in conference play. That lone blemish came 5 matches ago up at Fordham in the Bronx, where the Mids lost to the number 5 team in the country 22-14. As it stands right now in the most recent national rankings, Navy receiving votes yet to jump back into the top 20, but a critical win last night. Navy took down George Washington 12-9 the final, and now the Mids have a chance to cap another perfect weekend before they rest up for next Saturday's clash against Wagner. Before we get you off to the action, we've got our starters for today's matchup. And first, we will give you the home Navy midshipmen. You've got the goalkeeper, Jack Hightower, the senior, in between the pipes. He's joined by Holden Seabold, Aiden Day, Kiefer Black, Billy Zeck, Quinn Bartlett, and Rory Began. On the other side, Alexander Slavkovich, the goalkeeper for the Iona Gales. You've got Pavle Mushkech out there for the Gales, along with Matthew Mishlich, Luka Nastic, Brett Grady, Edward Im, and Roscoe Jedjovic. The Gales led by head coach Brian Kelly in year 31 in New Rochelle, New York. He's also the head coach of the women's program, and he started that group. He's been with the program since 1995. 818 combined wins coming into this 2025 season. Iona coming into this one 6-11 on the year and 3-2 in the Northeast Water Polo Conference. Couple of ranked squads in that conference, including Princeton and Harvard. The Gales also have a ranked win to their ledger. They beat Brown earlier this season. Beat the Bears 13-11. Again, a little tighter confines in the Mids' typical watering hole. They usually play in Lejeune here on the yards of the Naval Academy. But today in Scott Natatorium. And we are just about ready to roll for the opening sprint. Jim Lewis, Jason Hell, your officials. Navy is 21-0 all-time against Iona. Last meeting was a 17-6 drubbing last season. The closest contest, you got to go all the way back to 2017 at Lejeune, when Navy beat the Gales 9-8. The midshipman in this one led by junior Kiefer Black, 397 points in his career. That has surpassed Louis Nicolau for first in program history. Special one today for the junior from San Diego. He's got his brother in attendance, along with a couple of other Navy hopefuls and buddies over there on the far sideline. Whistle blows, and the initial sprint has commenced. And it's poked out of the air by Rory Began, and the Mids start with it, donning the Jolly Roger caps, moving left to right. Being guarded by Brett Grady. Quick touch inside for Black. And now he'll patrol. Slavkovich well out of net. He's daring Black to have a go. We'll get a whistle in tight. Black will loft it across. Tee up a wide open Quinn Bartlett for the Mids' early lead. Program leading assist number 178 in the career of Kiefer Black. Bartlett the goal, and Navy out to a quick start. This is Matthew Mishlich. Jedjovic straight away. Our pass can't be handled by Grady. Tracked down by the Gales, under 10 on the timer. Back for Jedjovic. Takes a rip denied by Hightower. And Began's first to it to clean up for the Mids. Nice stop by Hightower, the senior from San Diego, California. Played his water polo at Cathedral Catholic. One of a number of hotbeds that Navy draws from. Bartlett tied up in the corner. The defense by Grady, and it lofted all the way across for Aiden Day. Shot and a goal by Billy Zeck. Navy leads it 2-0. Navy Commandant and water polo alumni, Captain Gilbert E. Clark in the building. Mids continue what has been a stellar 2025 campaign. Whistle up top of the defense by Bartlett. Goal so far by Billy Zeck and Quinn. And Kiefer Black takes it away. It's going to be a 2-on-1 for the Mids. Might even be a 3-on-1 advantage. Black knifing through the pool. Has an option. He's going to take this one himself. And nets another goal. 3-0 Navy. '59th of the season for Kiefer Black. Tells you all you need to know right there. Iona swimmer from the pool saying out to Coach Kelly, I'm not going to know the plays. It's too fast-paced. Midshipmen come at you with a vengeance. This is Began one-on-one. Lofts across to an open Zeck. His second goal in the morning, 4-0 Mids. This is going to be one of those games where you see a lot of different midshipmen get into the pool. That'll bring us to our first timeout. 4-0 Navy, 2 goals for Zeck. Bartlett with 1. Kiefer Black with a tally of his own. 4-0 midshipmen. Will step aside and come back with more first quarter action in a moment.
Talk to a person every time you call Navy Mutual. Richard Scott, currently retired from civilian life and the Navy. I didn't really want to go out and talk to a bunch of salespeople, and I heard about Navy Mutual, and I called them and asked them what they could do for me, and it was very good. I mean, it was no pressure. They want to take care of their customers and provide a service at a fair price. I'd highly recommend Navy Mutual.
Look at P.J. Bartson, the sophomore from Aurora, Illinois. He is the new netminder for the Gales out of this timeout. Slavkovich's morning is done after a flurry of Navy goals in the opening 2 minutes. Bartlett with the first. And Billy Zeck, 2 goals, bracketing a Kiefer Black score. Make it 4-0 Mids as we resume play, and we got a whistle in tight against the defense of Holden Seabold. Another whistle this time against Began. 13 to fire for the Gales. Jaden Arana on the prowl. His shot whistles wide, and Navy takes over. Nice work by Hightower. Once again, not giving the Iona shooter an angle. Black to set the table. The deke, the shot denied, and a first stop for P.J. Bartson. Iona squad coming off a hard-fought 15-10 loss to Mount St. Mary's last night. Black on the prowl. And finally draws a whistle with 24 seconds to go, and it'll be Iona ball. Head of the defense to Rasko Jedjevic, senior from Belgrade, Serbia. And now it is Billy Zeck with the defense, and the Mids have a transition opportunity with Bartlett, who pads the ball ahead to himself. He's got 3-on-2 options if he wants it. Attacks down the middle and nets his second of the morning. Second goal for Bartlett as a number of Navy's main pieces exit the pool. Maddox Garahy, James Mulvey in for the first time, along with Orion Irwin. So Bartlett matches his goal total from last night when he scored 2 in that pivotal conference win against the George Washington Revolutionaries. This is Hugh Coyle into the game for Iona. Tied up, shot in tight, and a goal for the Gales. Roberto Perez Puente with the tally. And check that, he finally adjusted the swim cap. It's actually Samson Williams. So that gets Iona on the board, 5-1 your score. As the clock winds under 4:40 to go in this opening quarter. A stretching pass ahead to Mulvey. Sekulic surging to space. Tees up an open man. And shots denied by Bartson. That was Maddox Garahy trying to score. Here come the Gales the other way. Daniel Raz out there right now, sophomore from Winter Garden, Florida. Down to single digits on the timer again for Iona. Raz hounded. We get a whistle with 3 to go. Desperation heave turned away by Sekulic. And Hightower has been lofting over towards the 5-meter with regularity. Mulvey without the cap. Myper Sarnsuk with it. Now Ryan Irwin. Mulvey on the doorstep. Irwin back for Myper Sarnsuk. One more pass to Aiden Barry, and we get another turnover. Back-to-back trips, the Mids stall on offense after 5 goals in 5 possessions. McCoy give it up. Stolen away by the freshman Barry. And a whistle against the midshipmen. Back with the Gales. Jedjevic straight away. Shot denied. And a nice hand for Hightower. Matthew Mislic into the game for Iona. Mislic fires. That's knocked down. We get a whistle first anyways. Good alert goalkeeping by Hightower. And it's Garahy torpedoing to the other end. Nobody picks him up. Finally, Maddox walled off towards the 2-meter. They wind a pass to Mulvey. Still without the cap. Fires off the shoulder to Bartson. It popped up in the air to Williams. And Iona stands tall again. P.J. Bartson comes in after the Gales trailed 4-0. And he's since made 3 superb stops. Mislich to a capless Gale. That shot's taken away by Hightower. Inside 2 minutes in this first quarter, Mulvey with possession. Across the pool for Sekulic, smothered by Bartson. The sophomore's pass, though, off the fingertips of his intended target. A whistle against Garahy, and Daniel Raz awarded possession. Well, he takes that one away as the pass was unable to reach its intended target, Matthew Mislich. Louis Nicolau once again cycling through his starters. 30-second timeout as we get an entire new 6 in the pool for the midshipmen. Kirincic, Jack Mason out there. Connor Cashman on the far side, down in the number 19. Austin Kahn, Monzalewski round out the group. You also have Jack Reif in the pool. Under 90 seconds to go here in the opening frame. Mason tangled up. Feed it down low for Austin Kahn. He's a sophomore from San Diego, California, went to Mount Carmel. Pavle Muškić in his grill. Cashman feeds down low, and we get an infraction first. Yeah, he's been a little sloppy on the offensive end in the waning minutes of this first quarter. Iona, though, little to show for it on the other end. This is Arana. Jedjevic. Triggers to Muškić. 4 to fire. Shot didn't even reach Hightower. Kirincic stuck a left paw up there to knock it down. Here, Coach Kelly imploring the Gales not to foul. We got 11 left on the clock, and we're going to get our first ejection. It'll be 6-on-5 Navy with the shot clock dark. This is Cashman. Back for Mason. Straight away Monzalewski. Shot off the crossbar. Kahn denied by the woodwork. And the Gales can milk the final seconds of this first quarter. You see the fist pump by Bartson. Comes into the game and allows just a single tally. Nice work by the sophomore as that brings our first quarter to a close. 5-1 midshipmen. Navy leads it by 4 early over Iona. We got the second quarter coming your way in a moment.
Explorers don't see a world with limits. With an innovative spirit, and curious mind, they never stop wondering what tomorrow may hold. Boeing was built by explorers, and our growing global team is helping reimagine the future of aerospace and making our world safer and more sustainable. Join us as we take flight together.
Coaching your financial future every step of the way. Learn more at firstcommand.com.
Back inside Scott Natatorium here in Annapolis, Maryland. Navy leads Iona 5-1 as we get set to begin the second quarter of action. Tim Nolan with all of you here on the Navy Athletics YouTube. It's the final match of the weekend for the Mids before they have the home stretch against Fordham, Johns Hopkins, George Washington, and the conference tournament on November 21st. Matter of fact, Navy has 3 next weekend. They'll take on Wagner first next Saturday, November 1st. And then that Sunday, you've got the number 5 Rams and Johns Hopkins to follow. Mids win the opening 2 sprints of this match. Kiefer Black knocks it away. Black with at least an assist and a goal in that first quarter. Entered this one on the precipice of 400 points for his career, the most in Navy history. Ended with 397. I'll do it that time on his backside. 400 career points for Kiefer Black. His second goal, and he did it with his face parallel to the ceiling. Not bad for a former lacrosse recruit. Yedovich tees up Grady. Poked away, but we get a whistle against Bartlett. First time the Mids have been ejected. That shot rings off the crossbar. It was a great look to Mooch catch. Beat Hightower, but not the post. Navy on the move the other way with its starters back in it. Aiden Day scanning for options. Off it back for Black. Fields on a bounce. And the Mids have 9 to get a shot off. Seaball, Dake shoots, scores. Holden Seaball is first of the match. The Navy first team offense has just been dominant today. And now an errant pass, unable to link up with Jedjevic. And Rory Began says, I'll take that. He has the speed to go coast to coast himself. For 100 meters, Starr bounces it under the arm of Bartson into the cage. 8-1 Navy. Rory back at Grace's Memorial in Bakersfield set his high school record, 45.8 second 100 meter freestyle. His dad, a water polo star at UC Davis, and his mom dove at USC. Coach Nicolau left the starters in for a 4-0 sport in the first quarter. And you wonder if here we'll see a change after this upcoming Navy goal. Black can take it if he wants it. Instead, opts to loft off in tight to Began. Poked away and stolen by the Gales. Nice work by Grady. Brett, a sophomore from Naperville, Illinois. This is Raj drifting further and further past the midline. Day guarding with 12 to shoot. We get a whistle away from the ball, and that's going to result in an excusal. 6-on-5 opportunity for the Gales and a fresh 25 on the timer. In tight, shot whiffed on. Began there with the defense. Stopped a threatening goal-scoring opportunity for the Gales. On that far side, there was Luka Nastic. How about that one-time goal for Bartlett? His third of the morning. It's a hat trick for the sophomore. And with Navy AD Michael Kelly in attendance, the midshipmen lead at 9-1 over Iona. So for the second consecutive quarter, the mid-starters put up a 4-spot and hit the sideline. Now 9-1 Navy with 5:11 to go in this first half. Iona's been ranked 6 times in Brian Kelly's tenure. They last won an NCAA tournament match back in 2012. There's a shot and a good goal for Mushkech. Sophomore from Serbia with his first tally. That halts the Navy run. It's now 9-2 midshipmen as this clock winds under 5 to go in the opening half. Mulvey all sorts of tangled up. Good defense by Jaden Arana, junior from Freeport, Texas. And now a whistle on the mids and a chance for the Gales to maybe string 2 goals together. Arana on the prowl. Tees up Raz. Whips one across the pool, the Huyu Coyle. Coyle uncorks, it's tipped way wide. And Navy will take over. That's what Jack has done all morning long. Just corral the loose change and then get the offense going in a hurry. Sakulich checks the clock. Over to Matt Myper. Sarnsuk, who bounces it up and in. First goal today for the sophomore from Villa Park, California. Navy in a double figures, leading 10-2. For those of you wondering as well, in case we get into that territory, Navy's high watermark this season, 25 goals in a win over MIT. Orion Irwin on the move. Triggers to Mulvey. This is Ramsey Lateau Stallings. On the doorstep, across the pool, Myper Sarnsuk fanned on it. Still loose in front, and Bartson corrals. Arena, beautiful look ahead for Coyle. And Hightower's there to make the stop. Tremendous offense, better goalkeeping by the senior. Stallings, who nearly teed up Myper Sarnsuk a moment ago. Ball's back in Matt's possession, under 3 to go in this first half. Irwin. Got greedy, want to squeeze in tight. We get a whistle and an ejection. Arana has to leave the pool. It'll be a 6-on-5 for Navy. Myper Sarnsuk. Now Irwin, near side Mulvey. Back for Irwin. The Navy offense converges towards the cage. Myper Sarnsuk with 14. Shot off the woodwork. Chased down by Mulvey and tapped down to the pool by Iona. And it will be Gale's ball. You can sense the freshman Aiden Berry was just hurting for that goal there on the far side. Positioning himself on the wing and unable to find the back of the net. Coyle was robbed of a goal a moment ago. How about that nifty look in tight? Third goal of the match for the Gales. It's a beauty for Pable Mushkech. His second of the match. This one a no look. And it's 10-3 Navy, 1:59 to go in the first half. By the way, for those of you at home watching this one, every time you hear a splash, there's about a 50-50 chance that it's landing on all of us here at the makeshift broadcast booth in Scott Auditorium. It's like calling a water polo event at SeaWorld. It's a fun ticket for Navy fans so far. 10-3 your score, 1:50 to go in this first half. Quinn Bartlett with a hat trick. As more mids into the matchup. This is Jack Reif who lost the handle. Poked away by Yenjevic. Kale Arena on the prowl. Straight away, Yenjevic has a go and finds Twine. Second straight goal for Iona. Roscoe Yenjevic brings the Gales within 6. See how Navy responds here after this 2-0 spurt from Iona. Jack Mason, the son of a Navy water polo player and mom who swam here at the academy. Mids unable to make anything of that attacking chance. Iona takes over, 47.8 to go. Jack Mason, a freshman from San Diego, California. Plays high school water polo at Torrey Pines. Austin Kahn has to leave the pool. It'll be a 6-on-5 chance for the Gales. Jedjevic with a head of steam. Uncorks and rings a shot off the pipe. Hightower smartly checks the clock. And the Mids will set up for one final possession. Mason with 12 to shoot. Out of single digits on the timer with Kahn. Austin hounded with 3, lost the handle, clock stops, 3.2 left. One last effort for Mason. Sharp angle try, batted away, clock expired first. And that'll do it for the first half of action here at Scott Natatorium. 10-4 your score. Navy's first teamers doing all the damage. Quinn Bartlett with 2, Billy Zeck and Kiefer Black each with a pair. As the midshipmen lead it, 10-4 your score at the break. We'll be back with third quarter action in a couple of minutes.
Navy fans, it was midshipman mayhem this past weekend. Let's give you the Spark Notes. I'm Tim Nolan, and this is your Navy Weekly Warm-Up. Navy men's cross country came from behind to capture a 7th straight star against Army. Senior Justin Mumford won the AK by over 17 seconds, and Navy sophomore Patrick Gandini took second. In Blacksburg, Navy women's tennis made program history. Nicole Fu and Olivia Fermo became the first doubles pairing to reach the regional quarterfinals, knocking off pairs from Virginia Tech and William & Mary in the process. In singles play, Fermo, Fu, Molly Belia, and Emma Gu all advanced to the main singles flight. It marks the first time Navy women's tennis has put 4 players in the main draw. 2 draws this weekend for Navy soccer. The women tied Bucknell 1-1 in Lewisburg. Navy moves into sole possession of 5th, 1 point behind Loyola and pole position for a home playoff match. The Mids face the Greyhounds next Wednesday. First is Lafayette this Friday on senior night. Speaking of the Leopards, men's soccer saved the best for last. Navy equalized with 12 seconds remaining to earn a point in conference action. It's the first goal of freshman Luke Parker's career. To the court, women's volleyball continues to rise up the standings. The Mids beat Bucknell in 4 sets to take 4th in the Patriot League. Freshman Caroline Buffum matched her career high with 16 kills. Sprint football came from behind to beat Chestnut Hill 28-17. Junior Hunter Jennings racked up a career-high 276 rushing yards. That was 88% of Navy's total offense. He also scored all 4 touchdowns. To the pool, Navy swimming swept Loyola to open the home slate. The men remain unbeaten at 3-0, while the Navy women improved to 2-1. Up in Erie, Pennsylvania, Navy water polo won all 3 of its matches. The Mids picked up conference wins against Mercyhurst and Bucknell, while also beating Gannon. Junior Kiefer Black passed Louis Nicolau for first in program history in points in the process. And in bigger bodies of water, offshore sailing won the McMillan Cup. The Mids bested Merchant Marine, Maine Maritime, and 6 other schools for the crown. Finally, a shout out to our 9th-ranked Navy rifle program. The midshipmen set a new school record with a score of 47-30 against the number 2 ranked Kentucky Wildcats. The Mids finished just 8 points shy of taking down last year's runner-up. For more on your favorite midshipman sports or to see what Navy has coming up next, be sure to check out This Week in Navy Sports. It's brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union, and you can find it on NavySports.com.
The family of warriors, where parents work overtime, never missing a beat. Little ones help in any way they can. And yes, they're always up for it, whatever it might be. For every warrior in your family, there's the Johns Hopkins U.S. Family Health Plan. With more than 40 years of service to military families, we're bringing TRICARE Prime benefits plus extras, only available through Johns Hopkins, close to home for active duty family members and retired military personnel and their families. We're helping you meet every challenge, every day.
For your score as we welcome you back inside Scott Natatorium. Start of the third quarter. And Navy water polo action as the midshipmen take on the Iona Gales. Quinn Bartlett, your leading scorer in that first half. 3 goals for the sophomore. Billy Zeck and Kiefer Black each trailed with a pair. On the other side, Pavle Muškec and Rasko Jedjevic, each with goals. Sprint won by Began. Navy 3-0 in that category. So we get rolling with the third quarter. Busy day on the yard, not just because of water polo right now. You also got football later today at 3:30. As Black lofts across the pool, and that is ripped in, but we get a whistle first. Black was trying to find an open Aiden Day on the far post. So I was saying, busy day not just because of football later today at 3:30 against Florida Atlantic. You also have the official opening of Ingram Field, Navy's new $1 million project. The fresh outdoor track being unveiled. Jamie Cook has built a track and field dynasty in the Patriot League on the men's and women's side. This is Quinn Bartlett sticking his 4th of the game. 11 for Navy. It's been the way the game has gone thus far. Navy starters get off to a 4-0 start. They hit the bench, and then the Gales begin to creep back. We'll see if that pattern continues here in the third. Hightower jumps the passing lane. They were looking to get it to Williams. And the Mids goalkeeper stepped in front. Bartlett eyes for a 5th. Has a lane. Lofts it to Began, who rifles one over the hands of Bartson. And it's 12-4 midshipmen. Rory Began, who said the key to his water polo and swimming success in high school was eating McDonald's and drinking a glass of milk before every match. Some tussling away from the ball and a whistle going against Brett Grady of Iona. Kiefer Black dispossessed. Nice defense on display there by Matthew Mieslich. Defense on that far side by Ramsey Lateau-Stallings. Iona just nowhere to go with the ball. Credit Zek with the defense. He got some help from Aiden Day. Nobody picks him up, but we get some hand fighting on the far side. That's a whistle against Black. He and Matthew Mieslich were going back and forth. But it's taken away by Lateau-Stallings. Ramsey, a freshman from Beverly Hills, California, will slow it down and set up the offense towards the middle of the pool. Began flips down to the doorstep for Black. He's got eyes for goal on this one. Couple of pumps and another score. 13 for Navy, a hat trick for Black. Roy Began becking out of the pool. The rest of the starters stay in. And Connor Cashman re-enters for Navy. This is Edward M. who buries his first of the game. Nice work by the Gales, continuing to scratch and claw and getting a new goal scorer involved. Navy Water Polo Alumni game is today after this contest with Iona, so get a chance to not only see your favorite players in action, you can also see Louis Nicolau, the former all-time leading scorer in all his glory in a Speedo. Cashman for Bartlett. Lateau-Stallings. Back for Bartlett. Ramsey trying to carve out space on the near side. Straight away, Cashman. Back for Lateau-Stallings. Across the pool for Billy Zek. A head nod of approval from the junior. Comes the third midshipman with a hat trick. Now, when Louis Nicolau won the Navy Sword for the top graduating male athlete at the Academy in 1992, he very self-awarely said, well, that's because the football team won one game that year. Nevertheless, Nicolau before Black unseated him, was the program's all-time leading scorer and has since been head coach here in Annapolis at his alma mater for 8 seasons. Formerly enjoyed 2 decades of success as the men's and women's coach with the Princeton Tigers. Ball was knocked away from Berry's reach. 14-5 Navy, halfway gone by here in this third quarter. Shot by Mushkech, whistles up and over the crossbar. Navy controlling offense once more with Cashman and now Leto Stallings. Ramsey feeds one in tight to Reif. Will get a 6-on-5 chance for the midshipmen. Leto Stallings for Mason. And now Berry. Back with Mason. Lofts one over to Cashman. Leto Stallings. Mason, beautiful movement here from the mids. 10 to fire. Cashman across the way, and the shot bangs off the pipe from Berry. Good movement by Navy, nothing to show for it, and the Iona defense stands tall. Ryan Tannis into the pool for Iona. That was swiped away by Hightower, but it'll stay here with the Gales. And a timeout called for by Iona with 2:37 to go in this third quarter. Navy in total control, 14-5. And we've got the duration of the third quarter coming your way in just a couple of moments.
The Exchange Service Command is with you throughout your military journey, providing the best prices on brands you love, all tax-free, taking care of you with at-ease hospitality, supplying sailors at sea with comforts and essentials, ensuring access to technology, connecting you to family and friends, supporting all who wear the uniform, past, present, and future. NEXCOM, our mission is you.
Out of the timeout, Iona has it with 2:37 to go in this third quarter. Edward Im with the lone tally for the Gales here in this frame. Yadjevich and the Iona offense moving quickly. Tanis across the pool. They were looking for the one-timer with Williams. It was knocked away. Luke Kieransic forces the turnover. Kieransic spearing his way through the pool, shoots and scores. Brilliant coast-to-coast effort for the freshman from Menlo Park, California. Mateo Stallings, Reif, and Berry all leave the pool for Navy. Piper Sarnsuk guarding tightly. Jackson Sapp applying pressure. Iona gets a fresh timer out of the whistle. And it'll be a 6-on-5 for the Gales. Austin Kahn shown the sideline. Tanis nearing the cage. It hits both posts, denied. Oh, that was cruel for Tanis. Picked his spot. It got past Hightower. Instead, it remains 15-5 Navy. Final 80 seconds of this third quarter. Piper Sarnsuk with 5. In tight with 3. Shot and a goal before the horn by Snap. Everyone getting involved here in this third quarter. The Navy lead has climbed to a game-high 11. Hightower jumps the passing lane yet again. He had some help from Mason. Iona trying to get it to Williams yet again. The freshman center from Camarillo, California, has had little room to operate throughout. Piper Sarnsuk had a go, and it was denied by Bartson. Nice stop by PJ, ranging over to shut the door. Jedjevic, he's been quiet this half after a couple of goals in the first. Offs for Muškec. Pavle had it jarred from his grasp. Steal by Kieran-Sitch, and the Mids got the final seconds tick off in this third quarter. 16-5 your score. We've played 3 at Scott Natatorium. All Navy today at home. Midshipmen lead it by 11. We got the final 8 minutes coming your way in just a moment.
Algorithm, it's almost guaranteed a touchdown every time.
When he compares telemetry to throwing a perfect spiral, it's just incredible.
Right? So we're all having a lot of fun right now, but don't forget it's hustle.
I don't know how he explains rocket science with just X's and O's, but he's good.
Well, he's one of our veterans, so he has a lot of experience.
Does that mean that he was in the military or that he's been with the team a long time?
And they're gonna do like a banana.
Yes.
Algorithm, right? Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but well, actually I am.
Final 8 in Annapolis. The only difference this quarter from the previous 3 is that Navy's starters will stay on the sideline. And Louis Nicolau will rock with the same 6 in the pool that were out there for the bulk of that third quarter. He's got a change in net for the midshipmen as Francis Hendrickson, junior from Washington, D.C. He played at Gonzaga into the game for the first time. So Hightower's morning is done. It was a brilliant one at that. Just 5 goals allowed and a couple of saves in between the pipes. Mason took a shot up high. We play on. Mislich was 12 to fire for Iona. Jedjevic. Iona wants to test Hendrickson, and the Gales will get another crack at it. Arena with 5, down to 4. Pass in tight with 3, and a fresh 30 on the timer. Luke Kirancic gets kicked out of the pool. 6-on-5 chance for the Gales. Shot and a goal for Pavle Muškec. So Muškec beats Hendrickson on his first opportunity. So yeah, the Mids respond here with Connor Cashman. Onzalewski back out there. You also have Austin Kahn in. Kahn last season was one of Navy's leading scorers. 50 points, 32 assists. Well, an indication of just how much the talent's risen. As Onzalewski's shot batted away by P.J. Bartzy. So that'll keep it here with the midshipmen. Back to Kahn, it's just further indication of how much this offense is diversified this season. As Kahn unlucky. A howitzer off the crossbar keeps him out of the goal sheet. On the other end, Muškec. That shot bounced under the arm of Hendrickson. Back-to-back goals for the Gales. Cale Arenas first. Matteo Stallings tees back for Hendrickson. Floated ahead to Cashman. Matteo Stallings, check that Mason on the far end of the pool. Across the way, Barry wanted the one-timer. Couldn't squeeze it. Four to fire for the Mids. Matteo Stallings for Barry. Fresh shot clock now for Navy. Cashman to an open man. Onzalewski near the net. Mason inside 2 meters. Cashman straight away. Back with Mason. Those two play catch. Cashman. One more Barry. Sharp angle try. Buries it. First goal today for Aiden Barry. The Mids reclaim a double-digit lead. It's 17-7. And Aiden Barry will make his exit as Kirancic returns. Clock continued to wind momentarily, now brought to a halt as a couple more Gales change in and out. Mentioning the upcoming slate for the midshipmen, Iona the rest of the way will be on the road at Connecticut College, at Princeton. They've also got road dates at LIU, MIT, and then round out the year against Harvard and Brown on number 9. There's the first stop for Hendrickson. Nice work by the junior. Mason guarded by Mislich and then winds a pass back for Cashman. Karancic draws the ejection. 6-on-5 chance. Luke wants to take it himself. Now finds an open Monzalewski. Across the pool, Cashman for Mason. Back to Cashman. Leto Stallings thought about it. Monzalewski has a go, and he finds the back of the net. 18-7 your score. First to the game for the freshman from California, his mother Lisa, an Academy grad. Under 5 to play here in Scott Knapp. Mushkach twisting and turning, but we got a whistle first. Credit the defense to Leto Stallings. Work by Mason to keep it in. Leto Stallings for Cashman. Ramsey beckoned to head back. Aaron's shot misses the target from snap. Jackson does have a goal today. By the way, they were calling Leto Stallings back because off of your screen you had Pavle Mushkach refused to get back, and he stayed lurking next to Hendrickson and the Navy goal. Mushkach tied up by Stallings, and it's kept out by Hendrickson. Got just enough of that shot to halt it at the goal line. And a long stretching pass ahead for Karancic. Monzalewski forces one in tight to Karancic. Check that. It was Sapp underneath. It was batted away, and now Iona wants to stretch the pool. Mushkach hands fighting with Leto Stalling. Brilliant defense by Ramsey. Freshman forces the shot clock all the way down under 5. Mislich has to let it go with 2. It's a floater right into the hands of Hendrickson. Karancic in transition. Now Cashman. For Monzalewski. Monzalewski ducks past a challenge. Has it with 2. Shoots with 1. Stood up by Bartson. And again, the Gales work quick. Mushkach trying all sorts of stuff, and Hendrickson isn't fooled. Mids have it on the break, and Leto Stallings will put it in park. Mason wants to join the fun. Wait for the Ephus. Lofted it just over the frame. We had a 30-second timeout here as the Gales change. Midshipmen lead at 18-7. Navy on the verge of improving to 22-0 all-time against this Iona program in a New Rochelle, New York. Finally, play resumes with 2:14 to go. Jaden Arana back in for Iona. Tanis feeds him. Hendrickson surges towards the passing lane. And it's poked away by Connor Cashman. They say Mason made a break a little too early. Colin Mineham draws the whistle. Tanis unable to navigate around snap. Tony Nastich into the game for Iona. Arana senses the timer dwindling down. There's a shot and a goal for Tony Velasic. 18-8 your score with 1:25 to go. Look at the mids. We'll try and take this one all the way down as Navy is on the precipice. A 17-7 start to this 2025 season. Snap lofts one in. We get another whistle first. Score remains 18-8 as the midshipmen take it away. Probably pick up Coach Nicolau from the sideline, telling his midshipmen no shot. Navy will take this possession all the way down, and that will nullify the shot clock for the rest of this one. Iona's turn to sit on it, but the Gales can take one last go at the net. Mineham sets up the offense. And it's knocked away by Hendrickson. A fitting capper to this one. Navy's junior netminder comes in the fourth quarter, makes a couple of saves. As the Mids win it, 18-8 your final. Navy improves to 17-7 on the season and drops Iona to 6-12 on the year. Navy now 22-0 all time against Iona. And the Mids will pack it up for the weekend before taking on Wagner, Fordham, and Johns Hopkins, all here on the banks of the Severn River next weekend. That'll do it for our broadcast today. For Matt McBrand, Chris Whitehead, and the rest of our Navy Athletics crew, thank you so much for tuning in. Midshipmen take it 18-8 your final. I'm Tim Nolan saying so long, and we'll catch you next time here in Annapolis.